Let me play it from the beginning for y'all. I think this is the first one I've been able to see on my PC, so nice quality for once.
Welcome to Night City Wire, Episode 4, the show from us at CD Projekt
Holly.
Red, where we talk about all things Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to start today's episode by giving you a look at just some of the vehicles
There
you
she
might
is.
procure during your time in Night City, and having a chat to senior vehicle artist Paul,
that does nothing
who's
for
going
me.
to give us a little bit more information before we take you behind the scenes and a look at the lengths the teams have gone to bring vehicles to life. We're also going to have news on an exciting collaboration. Then we're going to be talking about fashion and styles in Night City before we recap the incredibly talented finalists in our Cyberpunk cosplay contest.
Oh my god,
We'll
I was
wrap
about
up
to
today's
say.
episode with some news about Stadia.
That looked insane.
There is a lot to talk about. So, let's get started.
Alright, so real quick note. The one thing I'm scared of while watching these Night City Wires is just like, they're showing a lot of the game. So how much more of the game we'll be able to see when we actually play it, you know? So I hope that there's like still like so much more, and that's how they're able to like show all these different previews, but fingers crossed. Ride of the Dark Future.
In a huge
Rides
open
of the Dark
world like Night City, you need a chill ride to get around fast.
Ooh, racing?
And in Cyberpunk 2077, there are tons of cool vehicles to choose from.
Get this. 4-liter engine, 6-cylinder, goes from 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds. You fucking believe that?
3.2, good lord. I've had a... Actually, no.
We crafted every car and
was gonna
motorbike
say I had
with
a car close
amazing
to that, but
attention to detail.
Look at that. Oh my god.
Not to mention the interiors. You
I'm
can
not used to
expect
driving in
everyone not only to look unique, but to
first
deliver
person.
a unique driving experience.
All right, show me what you got.
Don't expect
Economy.
advanced tech or luxurious materials here. Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
It's
not
probably
the
how you
size
start
that
off,
counts,
maybe.
I guess.
This
Still a
class
cute
is
little car.
mostly utility vehicles and low-end clunkers made for every pocket.
Gets the job done.
It's a wreck.
My damn wreck.
Well, definitely no guy or girl magnet.
If you need to
Executive.
impress,
Mostly
look
like
to
the
this
Rolls
class
Royce,
alone.
Chrysler type things.
I'm putting my ride on the line. Either you match it in cash, or you can forget about the fight.
Forgotten.
With these wheels, no expense has been spared, no frill ignored. Their plush interiors decked out in all the latest tech, while you get to sit back and enjoy the ride. Masterful engineering and practical design. Trucks and tanks for when you need power and brute force.
Hell of a machine.
Meet Beast, my pride and joy.
And these monsters are literally unstoppable. These are for chooms who love the smell of
See,
exhaust
I would probably
and the
go a
roar of
sporty
street
car.
wildlife. Their powerful engines and
I like the
exchangeable
sporty look.
parts make them perfect for tuning.
Come on! I want to smell that choo-choo burn!
Whether it's street racing, running from the NCPD, or just showing off in the streets, with
Woo!
these high-powered
That's
beasts,
a nice looking
you
car.
will have only respect.
And the interior looks insane. The fact that you even get to see all of that detail, that's
If
great.
you need speed and armor, the hypercar class is for you. It
Now
means
this is
precise
the one
body,
that's interesting because it looks
built-in
super
LiDAR
weird.
arrays, and really expensive materials.
Imagine you're sitting on a
Like
pile of
Tesla
eddies.
times 20.
Probably less than 1,000 people in the world can afford the Erendite.
Not your
Oh, so you
typical
flex
urban
on people with
vehicle.
these.
They will take you places you never dreamed you'd go. Oh, and original vehicles are not all you'll find in 2077. We also found room on our roster for some true automotive icons.
Floor it, V.
Ooh. Ooh, cool.
Paul, thank you so much for joining us. I think it's fair to say we've come a really long way from Roach in The Witcher, so there's a lot to talk about.
Yep, there's a lot to talk about. What do you want to talk about?
Well, let's start with the various classes of different cars, because in the video we saw there were things like economy and luxury vehicles. But can you tell us a bit more about their kind of design philosophy? What does each kind of class offer?
It kind of makes me wonder, will this be like a
Absolutely.
GTA
depending
spec to
on
this?
the variation of the car that you're either buying or stealing, depending on your flavor. Yeah, you'll notice that they don't just look different, but they'll also drive different and feel different. If you're buying or stealing
So maybe a little.
a nice fancy-looking sports color version of a car, you'll notice that it drives, you know, faster, sounds a little bit more punchy and sporty than, for example, a junkier version of that same car. You know, it can have solar panels tied to the roof or some other pipes that are hot wiring some other, you know, cyberpunk components in your car. And well, you know, if it looks cheap, it probably drives cheap too.
So it seems that not only do the cars look good on the outside, but there's an awful lot of detail on the inside as well. Things like the dashboard. So can you tell us more about that? Because I know if you find a Quadra Type 66 in the city, it's going to look totally different from the Quadra Type 66 that the gangs are driving out in the Badlands, both outside and inside.
Yep, definitely. If you're about to steal a very nice high-end car, for example, when you get in, you'll see the dashboard light up nicely. You'll see your dial indicators revving a little bit. But that may not exist for a junk version at all. It may have the dashboard ripped out
I still like the junk
completely.
version.
No matter what your
This looks
flavor
cool.
is, you'll find something that suits your needs.
So what about racing then? Will there be racing? Because I know people have been asking.
Who?
Yes, we're absolutely going to have
I've
several
never
races in the game.
Like, I
Different
thought about it, but not
locations.
that much,
If you
you know?
You're going to be driving in the Badlands. Maybe bring a
I'm more
nomad
like,
car,
spin,
because it's
spin,
just built for driving in the Badlands. But if you know you're going to be racing in Night City, just bring the hottest wheels you've got, because you're going to need all the power you can get.
So they're
No
talking
matter
about
where
the
you're
Badlands
racing, though,
being
you need to bring a gun, because this
more
is Night
for-
City, and you
oh.
never know what's going to happen.
for racing.
Okay, so you talk about bringing cars then. Let's talk about like storing and
This guy's
storing
kinda
cars,
serious.
because we know people can steal them. But what if somebody's found a car and they absolutely love this particular one? Is there a way for players to kind of build that collection? And then how do they actually, you know, summon them?
Well, summoning cars works pretty much the same as you would summon Roach in The Witcher 3. Your transportation may or may not show up on a roof somewhere, but you know, we're still working on fixing some bugs here and there. But yeah, if there's a car that you really, really like very much, if you can't
Humble.
wait to own a Quadra or a Type 66, you'll get a message from your fixer and says, hey, I've got a Quadra for sale for you, do you want to buy it? All you have to do is drive over, pay the money, and you've got your very own Quadra. Not to mention that every single vehicle that you buy, every single player vehicle, is absolutely unique in every way. It's got a unique interior, unique exterior, paint job. You know, it'll sound different, but it'll also handle different.
So in the video, we did mention there was space for a true automotive icon. Do you want to reveal what that actually is?
Of course. The car in question here is Johnny Silverhand's car. And Johnny Silverhand is, well, he's a big rocker boy, and he needs some wheels to match.
That looks kind of
So we gave
the
him
James
a
Bond car.
911 Porsche from
yeah, Porsche.
1977.
Oh, that's real
Which
life.
means in 2077, Johnny's car is going to be exactly 100 years old.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for your time today. Personally, I think I'm going to try and balance being a super cool badass mercenary and driving a Mai Mai, because I love that little car. I think I could do it, right? I could
It does
be
look
cool
fun.
And in a Mai Mai.
Definitely. My Mai is absolutely cool as long as you stay on the road and not on the sidewalk.
I'll try my very best. We'll see.
That guy's kind of funny.
In past episodes, we've said that music plays a huge part in bringing Night City to life, but it's not just music. Our teams went to incredible lengths to recreate and capture the sounds that really bring these vehicles to life. I mean, they might have had some fun driving them, but I'm pretty sure that's just a perk of the job.
Oh, this is some cool behind the scenes stuff. I don't know if I could do that in real life. Like, I would love to, but at the same time,
with the visuals, and then we
spooky.
wanted to like attach a proper sound to the visual so that you have like a nice feeling or the nice vibe of the complete car. And then we moved on to organizing the whole thing. Early on, we made the decision that we are going to record on the racetracks, and then we are going to record cars in movement. We started cooperation with Tomek Choki, who is like very, very well-known racing driver in Poland. That's really a nice sensation when you're driving.
Good
with
lord.
a racing driver.
He's got his
and
mouth
push
open
the
and
car
stuff.
to the limits. Like,
That's
you
the
can
Jordan
feel
of driving.
The G's with the braking and tight cornering, and you can feel the car actually like bending the laws of physics. We wanted to record a broad spectrum of cars, so we started with the powerful muscle cars, and then we went to more screaming tuned V6s, inline 6s, and then we went to V10s. We wanted to grab the off-road cars. We of course grabbed some
Oh my gosh.
drift cars, just to have the more aggressive.
I wouldn't get in that one. That one just looked dangerous.
We had to
Like a
assemble
tin can
sound
with
group
wheels.
or a sound team
Literally.
that would make the placing of the mics process very, very fast, because we had plenty of cars to do in a short time span.
We had the team of mechanics from a rally team, and they helped us immensely. What they've done, they've allowed us to put the microphones into places that we wouldn't be able to access differently. Putting a mic right into the car, they helped us to locate the places that are best.
Usually place 3 microphones in the engine bay, 3 microphones in the exhaust, and 2 microphones in the car. Cars are very, very complex in terms of sound, and it's very difficult to get all the necessary components that you have to make it sound believable.
But we were trying to look for something that would give us the character of the engine.
So that's interesting that they like some of the cars they probably rented or something, and then like
We wanted to
that
use
one,
normal
the last
organic,
one looked kind of custom built.
electric engine that you could actually have in the nowadays car.
We didn't want the engines to be futuristic, sci-fi-ish sounding. We want them much more organic, much more down to earth, something that would represent the combustion engine. And on top of that, we added small elements like the futuristic horns or like a futuristic UI of a car. It makes you feel like you are in a car of the future, and some car might talk to you, other car might have blips and bobs that will make you feel like you're in a futuristic vehicle.
That's cute. Because you're probably going to be spending a lot of time in the car, like trying to get from place to place, because Night City looks huge,
very,
so
very close to
that's
what
good. They thought about
Mike,
that.
Set up in the lore. And early on, we decided to record Johnny's original car, which is the Porsche 911 930 from 1977.
We recorded on dyno in control environment in a chamber. We could put mic in very different places. Porsche 930 that we recorded is the only car really that will be really sounding like the real car in the real world.
We recorded more than 40 vehicles.
Not often do we record so many vehicles for a game that is not really a racing game.
Truth being told, this was the hardest part in my sound career, and I'm very, very proud of what we achieved with the sound team. This was something that we didn't do before, so creating the designs, creating the technology behind how the sound behaves, that's the best thing actually I ever did in my sound career.
Respect. What is that? I look crazy and little two googly eyes.
There has been a lot of talk about cars so far, so let's take a look at another collaboration. This time with Johnny Silverhand. I mean Keanu Reeves.
Oh, is he in this?
The smell.
Oh, he's in this.
The travel.
Yeah.
Journey. Freedom.
No, you know, it's not like deeper.
I like when they filmed this. Whoa, crazy drone shots.
I'm Guard Hollinger.
Casey
I'm
Neistat.
Keanu Reeves, and we're here as representatives of Arch
Oh,
Motorcycle.
I did
and
not
we're
know he
doing
had a
some
motorcycle
audio
company.
recording for Cyberpunk 2077.
Or founded one.
Arch Motorcycle is a custom production motorcycle company. What's unique about it is that the motorcycles are built on a production platform, but each one is designed to be able to be personalized for each customer.
There was cardboard on that. What was up with that?
When CD
That's
Projekt
cool,
Red approached me about doing Cyberpunk 2077, they also spoke about integrating. They were fans of, or I guess people who worked at the company were fans of Arch Motorcycle, and so they broached the idea of creating kind of specialized Cyberpunk 2077 version of the Arch
Ooh.
Motorcycle. And I thought that was a very fine idea.
Cool.
We have a motorcycle we've designed and we've been developing called the Method 143, and so that I think in particular was a creative inspiration for the designers. So they sort of used that as a basis and then went further. So it has a totally different, crazy looking power plant.
We did a little customization.
It's good. I like it.
Today we're capturing sounds, getting some actual sounds of a power plant, drivetrain, and
that's what the cardboard
characteristics of the motorcycle, which I'm sure they will, have play with and stuff. But the source will be pure.
It has a sort of a racing engine in it compared to our production motorcycles. It has a dual exhaust system, and it sounds pretty.
Sounds good.
I could definitely blindfolded tell that that's the Method 143-ish sounding motorcycle. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. See, it's like the little details, I keep saying that, but it's honestly, the little details are what I find to be the most interesting, because, not a lot of people think about these things.
Nature of the role-playing aspect of the game, I think it'll be cool, like, to be on a bike and hearing that, going through the city streets and getting into the madness and mayhem.
As with all episodes of Night City Wire, if you're tuning in late or if you just want to watch anything again, we will be uploading everything to our channels soon. Now it's time to talk about styles in Night City. Are you more kitsch or neo-militarism?
I know what the second thing meant, not the first one. I don't think I'd be neo-militaristic though. 2077, it's style. Let's see.
Welcome to the brief authoritative history of Night City.
I kind of sound like
This
Halo.
chapter is devoted to so-called styles, deeply linked with the history of the
Oh.
world, and a very important aspect of life in the city.
Character customization.
You can find them everywhere. In cars, clothes, guns, implants. They are your war paint. As one of our sponsors says, it matters not if you're dead, as long as you're doing it in style.
Oh, God.
Girl, swoosh, swoosh, slicing them up like sashimi.
For
Four visual
real.
styles are evident in the Night City of 2077, each with its own history, status, and features. Neon hair, illuminated tattoos, and chrome. Function comes second. Looks are what matter.
Yeah, I don't know if I go with that one. 3 mouths, 1. Oh, okay.
And we got another day ahead of us in this city of
Ooh.
dreams.
The Fourth Corporate War broke out, and entropism was born. Vast and deep crises forced people to find ways to survive by any means. Getting the job done, no matter how, was the primary goal. The look? Who cares?
I love this town. Love it like you might love
That
a
low
mother
key is
who
me in
pumped
real
you
life.
out on the steps of an orphanage once and now stops you to ask if you got a smoke for her.
Fuck them. Fuck this job. Fuck this city.
Deadly elegance without ostentation. Corporate militaristic fashion, mostly seen in the wealthier parts of town. Substance over style.
Oh, I
That's
definitely
the
won't be
motto.
starting out like that if I'm going with the Badlands route. Go what the? That's wild looking.
Celebrities, brain dance stars, business magnates, heirs to corporate fortunes and corporate executives. They abandoned the cold, deadly elegance of neo-militarism and returned to the roots of kitsch.
That one's
but
kinda
gave
cool.
it a fresh, new look.
I don't know about the chrome skin, but
Sometimes seems like I just brushed something and sparks fly.
should have thought about that before you covered all of your skin in metal.
Thank you for your attention. We wish you a very pleasant stay in our marvelous metropolis. Good luck, and goodbye.
Oh, this is a scene from... Actually, maybe not.
NC's legends. Know where you'll find most of them?
Ooh, he got knocked out.
Graveyard. Luckily, matters not where you're from, matters not where you start. What matters here is the walk you walk.
Ooh, that's pretty clean.
Just before this episode started, you might have tuned in early and seen our Cyberpunk cosplay contest finale. But just in case you've missed it, we've prepared a little summary for you featuring our very talented finalists. In the Cyberpunk cosplay contest, we asked our very talented community to cosplay a character from the game based on the art, screenshots, videos, cosplay guides, etc. We thought regular trophies weren't quite cool enough, so we decided that the top 3 will receive detailed props based on weapons from the game.
Oh,
They
cool.
have been specifically made for this occasion, and the winners can do with them as they please. And now, the 12 best Cyberpunk cosplayers who have competed for first place in the first official Cyberpunk 2077 cosplay contest. Are you ready to meet them?
With the silver skin. Wow, the lights on the face thing is kind of crazy. That kind of looks like Mari. Mari Takahashi. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Oh, that's pretty good. Wow, that one's pretty good too. Dang, I could not be a judge for a contest like this. This is a cool little video thing they have of all the contestants. Or the top, however many.
Now, before we wrap up today's episode, there is one more thing to talk about.
Ooh,
Previously,
oh yes.
we announced that Cyberpunk
I know what this is. I saw it on
was
Twitter.
coming to Stadia, and today we can tell you that it is arriving on November 19th alongside other platforms, and pre-orders are starting now. Night City Wire is almost over, but if you do want just a little bit more, then stay tuned right here on the Twitch channel and join us for our post show. As always, don't forget that if you've missed anything or if you just want to watch again, we will be uploading everything to our channels shortly, and we'll be back with Night City Wire episode 5 soon. No, actually, there is one more thing we're going to show you. Welcome to the diner.
The diner.
So what do you want? Supercar? Big house? You want to rule this city?
All of the above.
Well, you ain't getting anywhere without an upgrade. You need a softer touch, stronger spine, because taking over Night City ain't gonna be easy.
I'm in. Cyberpunk 2077. Available November 19th.
Was that everything about the diner? I feel like we only really got to see that dude. But, you know, that's fine. Tis fine. Alright. Yeah, so that was Night City Wire 4. It seems like, from what she said at the end there, that there's either just like one episode of Night City Wire left or maybe two. It comes out in a little more than a month, so I can't imagine there's two. It's probably just gonna be one. That was pretty interesting. That was pretty cool. I'm happy they kind of showed off the vehicles because it's not something that I was really like thinking too much about. But now I'm definitely like, I need a bike. I need like one of those sports cars. I need like one of the hypercar things if I get rich enough. And then fashion has always been like whatever for me. But that was still cool to see like the different styles and stuff that they had available. So cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than just like I'm enjoying all the little behind the scenes and getting to see Keanu Reeves talk about his motorcycle customization stuff that he was doing. That was cool, seeing like the real models. I really personally like the behind the scenes of like productions and stuff because that's something that like I would like to do in the future or something similar, if whether it be a hobby or a job. But that was cool in my book. So yeah, still didn't get to see a lot of Badlands stuff. We got to, I think we already talked about how the Badlands was going to be like kind of a site for a lot of racing and stuff like that, but still not a whole lot of info in the Badlands. So I'd like to see some more of that. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. So I hope you guys all enjoyed watching this with me. So for my peeps here on YouTube, make sure to hit the like and subscribe, and peeps here on Twitch, make sure to follow me so you know when I'm streaming next. So next time we meet, I still have no idea what they're possibly gonna show. But until then, hope you have a nice evening or your night. Whatever it is, enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.